Hey guys, welcome back. Jmadden here with another video. This is a update on the 60-gallon system. It's been 14 days since the introduction of the deep sand bed into the system, and the system seems to be doing really well. I've got some really good extension on the corals. The fish are liking it too. They're coloring up even more now. Most of the cloudiness is gone. The actual, crystal clear, level of the water is almost there. And I figured I'd give you an update on all the corals and the livestock and how they're doing. So let's get to it here. First we'll start with the fish. This guy here, the yellow tang, is doing awesome. He's just absolutely loving this tank. I mean, he has so much room to swim around. The current in the tank is just awesome. He loves it. Makes the tank feel a little bit bigger for him. As you can see, I got the MPs cranked up a little bit higher now. They're at about, I'm not sure, like maybe what I would call 75%. It makes a pretty good wave here. I mean, this is a 4-foot tank, so it's really good water movement. The clownfish doing good. Hanging out and displaying a lot of mating behavior. Yeah, there you can get a pretty good feel of the kind of wave that's happening inside this tank here. I mean, it's just rocking. And the fish love it. So yeah, the clowns are doing really good. The bubble coral, doing great. Lots of good extension on it even during the day. It's in a pretty good position over here. It doesn't get too much flow, just enough to kind of keep stuff from settling on it. A little bit of diatoms going on in the tank still, which is understandable. With a new addition of the sand bed, hopefully those will start to clear up. I need to go ahead and swap out the ChemiPure. Still got a good bit of aptasia going on inside the tank. I'm still waiting on my order of those nudibranchs, those aptasia eating ones. I'm not going to attempt on how to pronounce the name of them because no one knows really how to say it. We got some green star polyps that I transferred over, during this. I don't have nearly as many in here as I did before. These are on their own rock, which will probably be moved soon because I don't want it jumping over and having another plague of green star polyps like I had previously. Up here, these green star polyps are doing really well too. They're still growing, and that's spreading. The clownfish's frog spawn is doing well, really good polyp extension. It wasn't looking too great previously, but now that I've kind of redone the system, it's doing much better. I got some of the pulsing zinnia here that I've kept from the other system. It's on its own rock here, isolated, because I don't want it jumping either. So that's, how that's going to be. It's going to stay away. This stuff is prolific. The elegance coral is doing really well. A lot of the colors back. The pink tips are there. It's looking good. The Acan echinata is looking pretty cool. A little quick story on what happened with this coral was that before I switched the system over, as you know, the Acan echinata has got a serious appetite for other corals and is very aggressive, and it needs a lot of space. Well, it ended up consuming a small frag of acans that I had that was a little too close, so I moved it, and I decided to use it as a, I guess like a weed killer. So I put it next to the green star polyps, and was hoping that it would kind of kill it off and kind of keep it from spreading. Well, what had happened was the green star polyps had just rubbed up against it and kind of caused a little the tissue on this thing to recess. But in doing so, it seems like the zooxanthellae from the green star polyps actually transferred to the Acan echinata. So the camera's not really picking it up very well, but this green here is this exact same as this green on the green star polyps. So that's pretty neat. Never really seen anything like that happen, but we'll see what happens with it. These acans are doing pretty good. A little small frag of acans. Doing well. These acans over here are doing really, really good. These are actually aquacultured acan. Not particularly sure what kind they are, but doing well. I lost some of my acans, due to water quality issues with the tank previously, so that's also what kind of prompted the whole, revision of the system. But yeah, these acans are doing well. These ones here, these ones are doing good. All these acans have like crazy extension at night now of the feeding tentacles, so they get a lot of food. I feed them often. Another small frag here, cheap little thing, kind of cool, a few colors going on in it. One of my mushrooms up here, because this rock was where all those mushrooms were located previously in the old aquascaping, so now it's up here, and I'm trying to decide if I want to move it, but we'll see how it does, if it grows at all. And the frog spawn is doing really well. Really good extension, flows just perfect for it, I think. With this open aquascape, it kind of prevents the water from channeling like it would before, so there's very little blasting of the corals. These trumpets are doing pretty good. They took a little hit when the water quality was doing not so good, so there's a little skeleton showing, but the polyps still extend really well, and it's eating and accepting food readily, so that's nice. The Polyphoa grandis are doing just awesome, multiplying, all kinds of new polyps happening in there. Red mushrooms are just still red mushrooms, nothing real exciting, but there's always new ones growing. And then over here, what you're looking at is just an expensive piece of live rock now. The same thing that happened to my hammer coral, which you don't see in here, happened to this coral here. It just started getting this brown type jelly stuff on it, and it just turned to nothing, overnight. So that's really unfortunate. No more scallies for me. Here are the clams, the Maxima on the right and the Crochet on the left. Doing good, really liking the light. That's something else I didn't really touch on. I went ahead and I swapped out my bulbs. I got all new lighting in here now. I've got 4 ATI bulbs, which make a huge difference. I mean, the coloration here is much better. The par levels of the ATI bulbs are a lot higher than the Geisman bulbs that I was previously using, so we'll see how things go. They've been in here for over the past couple weeks. I've slowly been swapping out bulbs. So the candy canes seem to be doing really well. I'm not sure what's going on here. I mean, some are really bright, some are really dark. I don't know if it's an excess amount of zoanthalite or if it's bleaching out. This coral was never really bright to begin with, so I'm not really 100% sure what's going on with it. I suppose time will tell with that one. The Trichophilia radiata is doing excellent. I mean, it's taking up this whole area. It's not even fully inflated right now. The daylights just came on about an hour ago. These here, the Duncans, I mean, they're just larger than I've ever seen them before. New baby ones growing underneath it, you can see there. A couple on each head, so that's exciting. I got this piece of coral here. I mean, it's got another species of Duncan on it. There's like 7 or 8 heads. You know, it was just in the local fish store for quite some time, and it just was constantly receding, and I brought it here, and hopefully I can save it, and I'll end up fragging these pieces off. But as for now, it's just sitting here like this, but they're doing good. You know, they're not fully opened yet either, but they get really large as well. Torch coral, doing really good, no complaints there. Set it up there to kind of beat down on these green star polyps. Favia, doing really good. Used to not show feeder tentacles, but now when food goes into the water column, it starts showing its feeder tentacles, so that's really good. A little bit of pulsing zinnia that's kind of snuck its way in here. These mushrooms here, doing good, multiplying like crazy. One of them separated and landed over here by that lobo. It's doing good. Recordia Florida is doing well all around. Lights might be a little too bright for these pink ones, because they don't open up as much as they used to. Got this one on a trade-in. Really nice purple, like a pinkish orange, and then like a bright green in the center. Camera's not picking up really well, but it's like more of a bright green than it is a yellow the way it looks on the camera. This Lobophilia, as you remember, you know, used to not look nearly as good as this, but now it's just super fat and plump. You know, it's just looking really, really good. Oh yeah, and here's an update real quick on the anemones. There's all 3 are here actually. I mean, I don't know if you can see right there in the very center. That's where the smaller one is, and then there's these 2 larger ones. You can kind of see where their bases are attached down here. So yeah, they're reaching up. So they're all doing really good in the new system. So yeah, that's pretty much the update with all the livestock. I plan to keep the livestock level really low, so it'll probably just be these 3 fish for a long time. You know, there's many other fish I want, but we're going to see how keeping a limited amount of fish, you know, affects the reef. You know, just keeping corals isn't the hard part. I mean, it's, you know, the fish that produce all the waste and everything like that. So with the deep sand bed, it should really make it easier to stock more fish, but as of right now, this is where it's going to stay. So as always, you know, thanks for watching. Be sure to rate and comment if you haven't Subscribed already, subscribe. Stay tuned, more videos to come. It's jmadden signing out from day 14.